Work fire safety. Fires can occur anywhere, including at work. A fire can cause serious burns, smoke inhalation injuries, and even explosion injuries. Your employer is responsible for workplace safety, but every employee has an incentive to avoid injury and missing work. As an employee, it's important to be aware of workplace fire safety to avoid burn injuries and protect yourself, your colleagues, and the workplace from the devastating effects of fires. Understanding fire risks. Workplace fires can be caused by various factors, including electrical hazards, chemical spills, and human errors. Your employer should have safety equipment and procedures to respond to fires on the job. Your employer should have a public fire evacuation plan and ensure employees are familiar with how to follow the plan in the event of an emergency. If your employer's worksite lacks proper safety equipment or fails to comply with fire safety codes, you can complain internally or report a safety complaint to the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA. Fire prevention measures. In addition to understanding the risks, it's essential to take proactive measures to prevent fires from occurring in the workplace. Install smoke detectors and fire alarms in your workplace and test them regularly to ensure that they're working correctly. Keep fire extinguishers readily available and ensure that employees are trained on how to use them. Conduct regular inspections of fire prevention equipment and systems to ensure that they're functioning correctly. Have a designated smoking area that is away from flammable materials and have proper disposal bins for smoking materials. Develop an evacuation plan. You should know the evacuation plan and designated meeting point for your workplace. Identify the evacuation routes and ensure that they're clear and accessible. Assign specific roles and responsibilities to employees during an emergency, such as evacuation coordinators, floor wardens, and first aid responders. Conduct regular emergency drills to ensure that employees are familiar with the emergency plan and can respond appropriately in case of a fire. Review and update the emergency plan regularly to reflect any changes in the workplace. Compliance with safety regulations. You should be aware of the following regulations. OSHA regulations require employers to provide a safe workplace, including protection from fire hazards. The National Fire Protection Association, NFPA, develops and publishes standards and codes for fire safety in workplaces. Local building and fire codes may also apply to your workplace. Conclusion. By following these workplace fire safety tips, you can minimize the risk of fires and protect yourself and your colleagues from burn injuries. Regularly review and update the emergency plan and conduct emergency drills to ensure that you're prepared for a potential fire. If you're injured due to a fire at work, you may be entitled to workers' compensation benefits. Talk to a workers' compensation attorney about your claim.